Hola estudiantes, ¿cómo están? Muy bien, qué bueno. Hoy vamos a hablar de AR verbs. We're going to talk about AR verbs. Verbos AR. Now, what are we talking about when we say AR verbs? AR verbs. So, verbs that end in the letters AR. So, not every verb fits perfectly into this category, but most of the Spanish verbs do. Here I have a couple of examples of verbs that are AR verbs, verbs that end in the with the letters AR. So we have tocar. Tocar means to play, like for an instrument. Or you have jugar. Jugar means to play, as in sports. Caminar. Caminar is to walk. Tomar. Tomar could be to drink or to take. And trabajar. Trabajar is to work. So these are all ejemplos de verbos AR, of AR verbs. Now, the proceso. How to conjugate an AR verb. Can you remember what does it mean to conjugate? To conjugate. What does that mean? Conjugate means to change the verb. All right, and we change the verbs depending on who the subject of the verb is. So who in the sentence is doing the verb. The first thing you need to do, step one for conjugating as a verb, is to have your verb. So you need to identify what your verb is. Here, the verb we're going to say is tocar. Tocar means to what? Okay, if you don't remember, you go back. Tocar is to play instruments. Okay, so tocar means to play. Good. Now you're going to take off the AR. You see here? You have tocar, you take off the AR. Now you just have tok, tok, which means like knock, knock. Tok, tok, si me oyes. Tok, tok, si me oyes. Knock, knock, if you can hear me. All right, step three, decide who the subject is. Okay? Is it yo, tú, él, ella, usted, nosotros, vosotros, vosotras, ustedes, ellos, ellas? Notice here I did not put my accento over the u or the acento sobre la L, la E. I missed these. No soy perfecto. I'm not perfect. Okay, so decide who the subject is. Did you find out who the subject is? Is it Juan? And then you need to add the ending that goes with that subject. All right, we'll get to this in the next slides. If you don't remember what the endings are, we need to memorize the endings and the endings that go with these subjects, these subject pronouns. All right, so example, if yo is the subject, the verb becomes toco because we added the ending, add the ending that goes with the subject. And the ending that goes with toco is o. So we add the o to the tok, and you have toco. All right, now step four, you should take a step back and just appreciate the hard work you did conjugating that verb. Yo toco la guitarra. I play la guitarra. See? Yo toco la guitarra. I play the guitar. There. So what are the endings? Yo ends with o. Tú, as. Él, ella, usted end with a. All right? Nosotros or nosotras ends with amos. Vosotros, vosotras ends with ais. Ellos, ellas, ustedes ends with an. Now, something I used to do, because this is how I learned, and this is how I think a lot of people will have to learn, is by saying these out loud. All right? I memorized the pronouns first. So yo, tú, él, ella, usted in this shape, in the two sides, in the yo, tú, él, ella, usted, all right, you know the groups. There's yo, there's two, él, ella, usted are all together. And then you have the other side. Nosotros goes with this one. Vosotros, ellos, ellas, ustedes. Memorize the pronouns, the subject pronouns primero. You have to memorize those first in order to do this technique. What you have to do next is memorize the endings. So I like to say them out loud all together, like o, as, a, amos, ais, an. O, as, a, amos, ais, an. So let's slow that down. O, as, a, amos, ais, an. O, as, a, amos, ais, an. You should say these to yourselves many times over until you have it memorized. Oh, it's o, as, a, amos, ais, an. AR verbs. And with o, as, a, amos, ais, an. Say it with this video. Go back and try and say the endings with me so that you, with me or after me, whatever works for you, until you can do it paused and you have it memorized in your head. Don't go on until you have it memorized, until you have o, as, a, amos, ais, an, all memorized in your head. Do not move on, all right? Keep saying it. Are you going on? You should go, no, go back. Go back until you have it memorized. Come on. You weren't listening. All right, go back one more time. O, as, a, amos, ais, an. All right, now the last part, we're going to do some practice. So step one is to identify your AR verb. So we have yo, and I put the verb here for you, tocar la guitarra. Now if I said yo tocar la guitarra, I would be saying I to play the guitar. That does not make any sense. We need to conjugate this verb. Yo, all right, so we have tocar. What do we have to do first? You have to get rid of the AR ending, right? So let's make this so I can edit it. Yo tocar. So I want to get rid of that AR ending. If I put it here, it ends with, I just have tok. Yo toc la guitarra. Not quite there yet. Now I need to find out who is the subject. This is step 3 now, I believe. If I'm on step 3. Step 3 is to decide who the subject is and add the ending that goes with that subject. So, who is the subject? Is it guitarra? Is it tocar? Or is it yo? Yo. All right, so your subject is yo. Now we need to think what ending goes with yo. O, as, a, amos, ais, an. O goes with yo. I remember this as well because yo is the only one that ends with o. Yo, o. All right, so yo, what do? Add that ending. So yo toco la guitarra. I play the guitar. Yo toco la guitarra. I play guitar. Very good. Again, let's try it one more, and then I'll let you go on your own. Él, and then we have caminar al supermercado. He caminar al supermercado. El caminar. So how can we change caminar? Take off the AR, right? Caminar is the verb. So we'd have caminar, take off the AR, and then we have to find out who is the subject. El. He is the subject. He. So el. O, as, a. Is it a? Because it's in the third little group down here. O, as, a. El, ella, usted goes with a. All right. El camina. El camina. Now we need to take a second, right? And just appreciate that really nice looking sentence there. El camina al supermercado. Very good. Very well done. All right. Muy bien hecho. we will have a bit of other practice. If you did not take notes on this, I want you to go back and just start over. Just watch the whole video again and take notes. Just do it again. You know, if you didn't take notes, you need to take notes. It's the only way we're going to memorize these things and remember is by taking notes.